Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods Podcast, episode 202. Joining me as always, Daniel Neveroli.
What's up, gamers? That's a palindrome, 202.
202? That's a what?
A palindrome. That means it's the same forwards as it is backwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Smart guy over here. You want to push up your glasses with that? Put your fucking lab coat on, buddy?
That's a palindrome, excuse me.
Jesus, I don't know. You're using big words over here. You got a fucking degree over here. Daniel, speaking of smart shit, did you hear that Super Mario Odyssey cures depression by like 50%?
What?
You haven't seen this? Oh, everyone was
No.
posting about this. So somewhere in Germany, they did a study, and the study concluded that Super Mario Odyssey can cure depression symptoms by 50%. While you're playing
how jolly Mario is.
That's just how jolly Mario is. So what I did, Daniel,
City song.
I went out, I bought a second Switch, and I'm playing Super Mario Odyssey on 2 Switches at the same time. 100% depression cured.
Yeah, well, you're an extremely depressed person.
Right.
So,
so maybe I'll pull out 150% depression cured. You know?
How you gonna play the third one?
Feet. I guess I could play 4 that way. 200% depression cured.
You gonna do 1 foot, 1 foot?
Yeah.
One hand?
Yeah, you just rip off the Joy-Cons, right? You could hold that with your foot.
Can you play Odyssey with 1 Joy-Con?
You could figure it out, no?
Damn,
Advanced technology, you could do a lot of stuff. And depressed, apparently. Man, I saw something else funny, too. I can't remember what it is. I don't know. I forget now. Then, yeah, I've been in a very 3D platformer mood lately. I just platinumed Jak and Daxter, the first one. Just very randomly. It was you know what it was? Is I saw a gameplay trailer for that Penny's Big Breakaway game. Or someone was playing
really
it.
familiar.
I think it's the 3D platformer coming out by the guys that made Sonic Mania. That team.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Coming out
was
next
at a
year.
direct or something, right?
Yeah. But someone just got gameplay. I think it was what was it, Game Informer? I think it was Game Informer. Just released like 15 minutes of gameplay, like them playing it. I was like, oh, this game looks really fucking good. I really want to play 3D platformer right now. But I was like, I don't know which one to play because I don't want to like replay anything. But I fucking turned on Jak and Daxter. Never played it before. Pretty good. Really annoying first area, but then you get in the second area, and it's a lot better.
Okay.
I thought they were like going for like a beat 'em up thing first with that game, but no, it really becomes a lot more about the platforming when you get into like the second area of that game. First area is like a really annoying, almost tutorial like level, and then they got a bunch of cool like gimmicky shit too, like remember the speedboat in Crash Warped, where you're like on the water with I think that's the Coco part, and no, that must be Crash. But whatever, it's they got like that same thing except it's like on land now, and I was like, oh, it's really good. Yeah, I feel like they reused assets from Crash Warped and put it in Jak and Daxter because it like controlled exactly the same, but it sounded similar. But anyways, Jak and Daxter pretty good.
Yeah, like if you're maybe this isn't a complete 3D platformer, but if you're in that mood, have you ever played A Hat in Time?
No, yeah, that's always been one I missed.
own that game. I want to play it.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check out that one too for a while.
Yeah, there's some weird like shift stuff. Like sometimes it's 2D, I think, but sometimes it's 3D, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
but like that's one I want to check out.
Yeah,
like that was like a darling a couple years ago.
Yeah. Anyways, Daniel, this is Nerdic Gods Podcast. We are a video game podcast. Today, we're going over our most anticipated games for 2024. We're going to read off lists of games that are coming out in 2024. We will then read off things that we think are coming out in 2024, or that the industry thinks is coming out in 2024 at least. And then maybe me and you will throw out some shit out there that we think could come out in 2024.
Okay.
Daniel, first off, how do you think this year is going to end up being? Obviously, coming off 2023, one of the best years in video games. I think everyone can kind of agree on that. Don't know if it's like amongst the best years, but certainly a great year.
Yeah, definitely. I think the big question for me going into this year is, what are the big 3 gonna have, right? Because like, I mean, Xbox didn't have like a ton of stuff, but they did have Starfield and Hi-Fi Rush.
And
Forza.
You don't think they had a ton of stuff?
Nothing like. I mean, I guess Hi-Fi Rush would be the big one for me, but I'm saying like so. Then you have like Nintendo did very well. PlayStation didn't really have a ton. They had one game, which is nice, and it's a very very good game. Um, but PlayStation doesn't really have anything that we know of next year. Um, so nothing like of notable for like what we want, like single player. But Xbox has at least two games coming out next year, minimum. Um, with Avowed and Hellblade, and Nintendo. I mean, I guess we don't really know what they're going to do, but they're going to put out something. There's a few games, but they're all remakes, I think, that we know of so far. But yeah, PlayStation would be the one. Like, if they don't put out anything, I don't know if 2024 could be even as, like, nearly as good as 2023, you know? You kind of have to have the big three all competing.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I think Xbox is set up for a fantastic year. If you remember,
Yeah.
they also have they have Hellblade, they have Avowed, they also have that Towerborn game.
Powerborn, I missed one. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Towerborn coming out. Flight Simulator, if you're into that, right?
Oh, that's another one. We just
Yeah,
talked about that game too.
yeah, and it's like I think they're also coming off a fantastic year. Yes, Redfall crashed and burned, but I mean
Yeah.
that's still a game that they released, right? I mean, sure, it didn't hit the way people wanted, but a game they put out, you know. And then
Sure.
obviously Starfield was great. Hi-Fi Rush was fucking fantastic and out of nowhere. I think if Xbox can consistently do what they did in 2023, year after year after year, the perception around Xbox will change greatly in the years to come. And I think they're set up to do that again in 2024. And with the amount of studios they own now, 2025 should be the same, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you figure stuff like Indiana Jones and stuff like that's got to be somewhat near the end of the finish line of being made towards 2025, right? And then Nintendo, they had a great year as well in 2023. I mean, yeah, it was a lot of remakes and remasters and stuff like that, but a lot of new stuff too, right? Tears of Kingdom, I'm drawing a blank, Wonder, stuff like that. That was
Pikmin
great.
4.
Yeah, and then they're also set up for a pretty good first half of the year, right? They got that Princess Peach game, that's new, and
Hmm.
then yeah, a couple of remakes, remasters, and stuff like that sprinkled within. And then we'll see if we were just talking before the show if they're going to release their new system. We're assuming in the fall. I think all signs are pointing that the new system will come out in the fall. Surely they got to launch with something there, right? So
Metro Prime 4 as well.
yeah,
Could be next
yeah,
year.
that could be it, right? So certainly, I think something big will come out from Nintendo in the fall, assuming that their next system comes out. And then yeah, PlayStation, man, big question. They did label Concord as 2024
Hmm.
in their like watch list thing for 2024. So it seems like they're assuming that Concord's going to come out on the first party side, and then they're relying very heavily on second party and then third party exclusive deals.
Yeah.
Especially in the first half of the year, man, because you get a ton of PlayStation exclusives just through March. You got that Rise of the Ronin, right?
Hmm.
March, FF7 Rebirth, February. That Pacific Drive game, little indie
Yep.
game that people are really excited for, that's coming out, and then something else I'm forgetting too. But so we'll see in the first about. Oh, Stellar Blade just got confirmed for 2024 by them as well. So we'll see. You know, I don't know. I don't know on the first party side. I would think that something would come out on the first party side that would surprise us. Like something's got to be ready by now. But who knows, man?
I don't know. There's some of those teams that just haven't made anything in a while.
Yeah,
You know.
I would think like, man, my hope would be the Astrobot thing. Now that I am in like a 3D platformer mood right now, like give
Yeah.
me a full blown Astrobot game, right? Like that would be fucking sick. But we'll see. I mean, that might end up being just a VR game as well. So we'll have to see. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, is Ben ready to go? Sucker
That's
Punch, probably
who I was
not.
going at.
Yeah,
Bend. Yeah.
Ben, Sucker Punch, Blue Point, could be ready. Something.
Bend, Blue Point, and Death Stranding 2, I think are kind of where you're at,
Death Stranding
probably.
2, yeah. Yeah, very good
Maybe
question with
Death
that one
Stranding
as
2 at
well.
the end of the year, maybe.
Yeah, no fall. That'd be a good fall game, right? That is 5 years too, right? So you would think
Yeah.
that would take 5 years to make, and it'd be 5 years on the dot next fall. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of interesting questions. Definitely need a showcase from PlayStation at some point.
I mean, I hate how quiet PlayStation is. It's insane.
Yeah, I really do think they're going for the Nintendo route of trying to announce things as they get there sooner, right? Or when they're closer to being ready, right? I really do think they're maybe I don't that's a question too actually because they are replacing their president right now too, right? So it's like
Yeah.
maybe they just don't have a plan for announcements right now because they're waiting for the new president to come in. They are in that weird transitioning phase right now.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But the big difference, like comparing PlayStation and Nintendo, is Nintendo they might wait for like announcing something to have like a release date and stuff, but for the most part, Nintendo is never quiet. They're always talking. There's always directs. There's always the indie world directs, stuff like that. Like Nintendo's always speaking. But
Sure, but it's
PlayStation's
not
just
always on a first party side, right?
yeah.
You know,
But they do get a
like
lot
the
of like
last first party thing they announced is the Princess Peach game, which is coming out in March, right?
mhm.
Then we don't really know anything beyond that besides like the Luigi's Mansion remake and stuff like that, you know? And that's only through the summer, you know? It's like, do they want just like a 6 month field here of like, hey, here's our slate for the next 6 months, and then we'll tell you what's next after that, you know? Because that's kind of what Nintendo does. Like, we don't, right now, we're speculating what is Nintendo's fault look like. We don't know, right? Whereas like
Yeah,
Xbox this whole year, we do know.
Nintendo they do like they have like always like 3 directs, right?
Sure.
Every year. So I don't know. The PlayStation just
So
seems
is
to be a
PlayStation.
little
It's just no one likes their state of plays.
that's true.
You know?
That's true.
It's like,
Yeah.
but like, if you are a PlayStation, it's hard to be like upset if you're a PlayStation gamer like exclusively and you're looking for exclusives for that console. It's kind of hard to be upset when you have FF7 Rebirth and Rise of Ronin and whatever else coming out within the next 3 months, right?
Yes and no. I would say yes because you're right, but like I'd say the no part is like PlayStation has kind of built their audience on like third person cinematic action games. Are they not going to have one this year?
Yeah, I mean, do you
You know what I
consider
mean?
Rebirth and Rise of Ronin to be that?
Rise of Ronin maybe more so than Rebirth because Rebirth it's like an action RPG, so it's a little different than like what they normally would do themselves first party.
Sure.
Rise of Ronin, I don't know if we fully know what that game even is still.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know,
know. Is it a Souls
is it a
like? What are
Souls
they
game?
doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
They did say there's difficulties though, so I don't know.
Hmm. Okay.
That game, the
Yeah.
more I see of it, I'm just not into what's going on there. I do not think it's gonna
Yeah.
not be
I don't
that
know.
great, but I just don't. I
Maybe
don't
it'll
know.
review as well as Wolong. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go through what's coming out this year. Just off the bat, I mean, we can do things a little differently for a second. What's your most anticipated for the year as a whole?
I mean, come on. It's like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Like
Is there
Dragon
is there
Infinite Wealth.
is there any
That must be
better-
awesome to have that early then, right?
Yeah, it's
Because
right at
that's
the
coming
beginning of
out
the year.
January 26th is
Mhm.
Yakuza Infinite Wealth, or Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I am never dropping the Yakuza thing.
You can go interchangeable.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're
it's
fine
very
with it.
difficult. It's very difficult. Someone that didn't even play those, you know, it's like I'm still calling it Yakuza. But okay, I mean, so
Yeah.
why are you so excited for Yakuza Infinite Wealth?
They're bringing my boy back. My boy's coming out of retirement, Kiryu. I am very curious where they're going to go with this story. Um, Having dual protagonists and a lot of characters, they're in a completely different. Um, they're in the United States. They're in Hawaii, which is really crazy. You usually think of this as a Japan series, so the first game
I can't
that's
wait.
going to be out of Japan
I
sounds
love that
weird.
it's in Hawaii. That sounds
Yeah,
so cool.
that's awesome. Yeah, I'm just very excited for this game. As a massive fan of the franchise.
Cool. I'm very excited as well. I'm a little worried how long they're saying it is. Did you see that
Yeah.
recent thing where he's like, "Hey everyone, just play 3 hours a day because it's a long game. It's a long game." And then yeah, me, it's got to be FF7 Rebirth. At least of what we know
That's
about right
definitely
now.
too.
If the 3D Mario thing ends up being real, then it's that. Then it's that all day. But yeah, it's got to be FF7 Rebirth right now. I just played through FF7. I'm playing through FF7 Remake right now. I'm all on board. I can't wait to see where this story goes. I can't wait to see how the open world handles and stuff like that. A little worried how much longer they're saying it is, right? This one seems like it's going to be a lot more RPG heavy, and I did not like how they handled side quests in FF16. Obviously, different team and whatnot, but majority of those side quests I thought were pretty ass, and they felt very, very much like MMO side quests. You could tell that team makes a lot of MMOs. And it's funny playing FF7 Remake right now and seeing how they handle the side quests. Very like limited amount of side quests, and they're much more in depth and story heavy and stuff like that. And I like those side quests a lot more than majority of the side quests in FF16. I won't shit on all the side quests in FF16 because there were a few diamonds in the rough in that game, but a vast majority of them were pretty bad. But the thing about playing through original FF7 and then seeing Rebirth now is that a a lot of the side stuff is like there are side quests, don't get me wrong, that feel like part of the main story that involve that are like loyalty missions for Mass Effect almost. There are a few of those sprinkled throughout, but a lot of them are like mini games, and stuff like that in FF7. And that's where like a lot of the side content is in OG FF7. And I'm curious to see how they handled that and try to make that stuff really fun, because a lot of it just wasn't fun anymore and didn't hold up very well in the original FF7, which you'd expect, right? It's kind of tough to
Old
keep those
game.
things there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a part where you're snowboarding in FF7, and it just controlled like shit. We're like, normally I'd be stoked if like I'm on a snowboard all of a sudden
Cloud
in
with
any
a
game.
snowboard? Are you
Yeah,
kidding
it's
me?
like, oh, that's fun as fuck. Like Kingdom Hearts 3 has a snowboarding thing on the
Mhm.
shield with Goofy, and that is super fun. I love that. So I'm just like, I have confidence that Square can make a lot of those things fun. And I think this is the Square Enix A team on Rebirth. So I think they're gonna make it good. I think they're gonna knock it out of the park. And I love how excited the director of FS7 Rebirth is about this
I was
game.
gonna talk about a director that's not directing this one. It's
Nomura?
like, what's gonna happen with Nomura not being on this one? He's gonna come back for the third one.
Yeah, he's still consulting, and I'm sure he's still in the building and heavily involved. So I'm not too worried. Plus, I mean, for being honest, Nomura's hit or miss in a lot of things. It's
What do you mean? You're wrong.
a lot of people don't vibe with Nomura.
Yeah.
Tetsuya Nomura is very much like Dave Filoni. Where I mean, very much so. Where he can oversee everything. He's smart as fuck, and he makes just like crazy wacky stuff in a universe. And a lot of people are just very hit or miss with what he makes. You either vibe with it or you don't. You either love the craziness or you don't.
You love the big feet or you don't.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't think it's like too bad that Nomura is not the one directing this one. But like, have you read any of the interview stuff with the guy that's directing? I can't remember his name, but the guy that's directing
No.
Rebirth. So he grew up just a massive fan of Final Fantasy VII, of the
That's good.
original. Yeah, and like he just talks about his love for that game. That's his favorite game of all time. And like now he's been promoted to director of this one. And I love stories like that. It's like that's
Yeah,
awesome.
Very
man.
cool.
So like I think he's gonna put a lot of love and care into Rebirth, and yeah, man, I can't wait to see where it goes. Mostly from a story standpoint, if I'm being
Mhm.
honest. But
I'm wondering if
that
this one's gonna
combat
be a
too.
little messier story wise. They're gonna introduce a lot more characters.
Yeah.
The
It-
open worldness.
Plus, yeah, the open world is like going from place to place, because the first one's very linear, FS7 remake, and yeah, so a lot of stuff to be curious about how they're gonna
Yeah.
handle it. So, but yeah, I cannot wait.
That-
February
that
29th.
combat.
That combat, that's the thing that like, even if they do fuck up the open world, at least the combat's there, right?
I'm gonna like fighting everything.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, I'll go around and fight stuff all fucking day in that game. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care at all. Just give me more refined combat system of FF7 remake. Oh, we're
Let me
cooking.
be Tifa and just
We're
punching
cooking.
stuff.
We're
you know?
cooking. More characters too. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. All right, Daniel, let's go through the list then of stuff coming out. I don't know if we got to go through like everything, like all this little stuff.
We'll
but,
just go month by month and any big hitters in the month.
Yeah, any big hitters? Okay.
Yeah.
So, first big hitter I'm seeing, correct me if I'm wrong. You got a list pulled up as well, so we'll cover all our bases here. But I'm going to say the first big one is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, January 18th.
Definitely.
Coming out for everything, even last gen systems. So,
Last gen, PC, Switch, everything, which is very smart of Ubisoft.
yeah, definitely. I think
yeah,
if the
this
game
is,
can handle it, it's like I'm not too upset when games are still on last gen. But like, if it's like a big, beautiful AAA thing, don't do last gen anymore. We're done. You're just gonna hold your own game
Move on.
back. Yeah.
Move on. Yeah, this Prince of Persia game looks awesome. It sucks when it's releasing. I'm gonna try to play it, next year at some point. It's definitely gonna be on my list to like play as much as I like Metroidvanias. So yeah, it looks really cool. I hope it reviews well. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I'm not the 2D platform Metrovania guy at all, so this will probably be one I'm skipping. But I think it's awesome that they went this direction with Prince of Persia. I think it's just awesome in general. You're getting a new Prince of Persia game, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that's cool to see for fans.
Franchise not dead.
Yeah, definitely. Next one then, January 19th, Last of Us Part 2 remastered. Danny, I know you're all over this one.
I mean, why do I need to play any other video game? I could just play this game that came out at that point would be 2.5.
You could just
or 3.5
keep
years
playing
ago.
both Last of Us games, and by the time you're done with this one, they'll
They'll do
probably
another
release
remaster.
another remaster of the first.
Oh,
Somebody
I saw like somebody talking about there has been more re-releases of
that was
these
me.
games yeah, then there actually has been
I
games in the
I read that
franchise.
off Twitter though, to be
Okay.
fair. So
Insane. It's unreal. They're really
I
like
think
there's
it's
two
quite
video
funny.
games. Why is there so many re-releases?
No, me and Sims had a discussion about this one. I don't think you were on the show when they first announced it, but I'm not upset they're making this. You know, I actually expected this to come out way sooner. You know, and I think the $10 price point, and then all the extra stuff you're getting now, like that new mode, the roguelite mode or whatever and stuff like that. I think it's totally worth the $10 if you already own
Yeah.
that. And yeah, I'm not necessarily. I think they are a bit late. You know, I would have done this way earlier, but I'm sure they just want to get a new version out there for the TV show and stuff like that, and this will sell a lot over time. And they want that PS5 version. It is a bit odd considering you can play the PS4 version at 60 frames right now.
Yeah, but didn't they do a PS5 update?
It's not a PS5 version. It's still the PS4 version. The only update they
Okay.
did is the 60 frames. So it's
Okay.
unlocked to 60 frames. So you could just do that if you wanted. It's one of those things like, you know, just don't buy it if you don't want it. If you don't want to support these type of things and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll play this eventually if I'm being honest. But yeah, not gonna play it day one or anything.
Okay.
Next then, scroll down a little. I don't know if you're seeing anything else before Like a Dragon.
Um, there's that Ace Attorney game. That's like
Oh
a
yeah, okay.
rebundle of that. I
Yeah,
think that's something worth shouting out. Like I know people like the Ace Attorney games.
yeah,
There's a whole trilogy. What is it called? Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy. I think that's like a repackaging of stuff.
cool. And then yeah,
Coming
Like a
out.
Dragon, we already talked about a good amount. Yeah, I think we'll both be there day one on that one. That's my first big one of the year.
Yeah,
And then
January coming January 26th.
that same day, Tekken 8 comes out, January 26th.
Insane. Why are you
Insane,
doing this to
heavy
me?
day, heavy day.
Yeah, it's a huge day. Come on, that's crazy. Oh yeah, I didn't realize. I guess it makes sense that Tekken 8 is not coming to last gen
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
because it's an Unreal 5
Like a
game.
Dragon Infinite Wealth is coming to last gen. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Curious. Okay. Yeah, so Tekken 8, you're buying that day one too?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy day one, but I'm gonna try to bounce between them. You know, it's like at least with Tekken 8, like there is gonna be a story mode, but I can like that's a game I can hop in and out of,
Yeah.
kind of like Street Fighter 6 this year. So
Okay. Cool. Next game then, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink coming out on January 1st. I know a lot of people are
February
hyped about
1st.
this one. I'm not oh yeah, February 1st, excuse me. Yeah, a lot of people excited about this one. I'm not particularly excited for it myself, but yeah, you go get them, you freaks.
Yeah, I know people just like the Grand Blue series in general, and this being like an RPG.
Yeah,
Yeah, looks cool.
cool. Next game then, the next day, February 2nd, Persona 3 Reload comes out. Coming
Yeah,
out on Xbox, PS5, last gen as well. So here you go, Persona 3 remake.
yeah, it's definitely gonna sit on my back burner for a while, but this is a game I'm gonna get to.
Yeah,
Like,
I really want to play this as well.
yeah,
Yeah, I never fully played through Persona 5, so I'm like, okay, let me do this, and then maybe I'll get through the whole series or something, or three,
you're gonna
four,
go
five.
3, 4, and then back into 5.
Yeah, and then back into 5. Maybe I do it
Interesting.
like that,
Okay.
handle it like that. Obviously, that won't all be next year. Probably only get through Persona 3 next year, if I'm being honest. But
Guess it depends on how much comes out next year. I don't know.
yeah, it really does. Because right now I don't really have like a big March game that I'm particularly looking forward to. So
Okay.
after FF7 Rebirth, hopefully I can get into Persona 3 Reload.
Yeah, I'm wondering
'Cause-
if we're gonna get more March games because that's like right before the end of the fiscal year
yeah,
and the
yeah.
beginning of the next
Could
fiscal
see
year.
that getting
So
filled out a bit more.
yeah,
Yeah, I could see that too. Then that same day, February 2nd, Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, coming out the PS5, PC, Xbox Series. Daniel, here it is, finally.
the big one.
No more delays, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
No, I don't think so either. I think this is it. Shit or get off the pot here.
Yeah, it's been long enough at
Yeah.
that point, 9 years almost. So
Wow,
yeah,
that's nuts
I
when you say that.
I hate saying that.
That's
It makes
crazy.
it hurts to say that. Like I love Rocksteady, and I hope they stick the landing. I really do. I don't want to see really anything to affect that studio, but I'm crossing my fingers.
I have no faith. You know, it's just with the main guys leaving Rocksteady and all that, and just
The
how
game was probably
long
done at that point, to be fair.
this game's been in development, it's just
Yeah.
and I mean just the route, honestly. I just hate the route. I just hate that this isn't a single player traditional Rocksteady game, like this is a giant live service thing, and I just hate it. There's just the writing's on the wall with this one, like people aren't excited for this. No one really wants a Suicide Squad game just in general, it seems. Like I'm sure they would if it was a single player thing, but
It just feels like we're getting too much Suicide Squad stuff, and I
yeah,
like Suicide Squad
yeah. And the
as
thing
like
with
as an idea.
the thing with a lot of live service games I'm noticing is like I don't even think the people that like know about this game and aren't excited aren't even the ones that would play it. It's like the people that would get into this game and be there every day and like treat it like how live service games are meant to be played don't even know that they're going to be playing this game yet. It's like that audience that gets super into these doesn't like watch state of plays and directs and all that. It's like I just feel like that's a completely different audience that like this
Yeah.
game will be fucking free to play or like $30 and they'll buy it on the sale and then they'll get into it, or something like
Or
that.
they have their like ongoing games that they stick with, whether it's like Final Fantasy 14
That too,
or
yeah.
Destiny or even WoW, stuff like that, or even like League of Legends and Fortnite and Dota and Minecraft and Roblox, like these games that just people just don't stop playing. Like, like where are you gonna fit in?
Yeah. It's so
People
hard to
only have
get
so much
people
time.
away from the games they're already locked into, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's not even including like yearly-ish things that are like Call of Duty, sports games, that people are just buying every year, or like
Yeah.
some car games, stuff like that just coming out every year. Like
Not
people
even
only have
IP as big as Suicide Squad could do it. Because look at Avengers, right? It's like
yeah,
if
exactly.
this
And
comes
Avengers is
out
a
and it's
bigger
another
name.
Avenger, exactly. It's like that was an Avengers game in prime MCU time, right? And
Yeah,
that couldn't even do it, right? It's like what hope do any of you have with gaining an audience
yeah,
if that can't do it, right? And granted, this could be a better game, right? They certainly took their time here, and hopefully it's very well polished. And on day one, it launches well, and people can play it and all that. And like with all that, I just don't know. I don't know, man. It's gonna
I
it's
just
gonna
hope
be
that
tough.
story's good. That's what I'm hoping. It has a
Yeah,
good story.
for me, it's just the live service model is just not good for storytelling either.
Yeah,
It just never feels good. But I don't know. Pulling for him, but we will have to see. Are you gonna buy this?
probably.
Probably. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at a no right now, unless I hear just great things about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on then. February 8th, Helldivers 2 comes out, coming out to PC and PS5. Daniel, here it is. Helldivers 2.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. To me, I think as cool as Helldivers 2 looks, it's kind of losing something for me compared from that original. I like how the original was this top-down, unique game, and they're just kind of like going with like a third-person shooter. Um, I don't know. It just feels like a weird shift. It could be a good shift. Maybe it's better for that series. Maybe it just hits and everyone likes this one more. But I probably won't play it until much later in the year, um, especially with how much is coming out like back to back to back. Like this could be a game I could sit on and wait.
Yeah, definitely not my type of game either. This was the other PlayStation second party exclusive I was trying to
Yeah,
think of. I couldn't remember
I
it.
forgot. I mean,
Yeah, I
that kind
forgot
of
this
says
one.
something
Yeah,
about
that
this
says a
game.
lot
If
about
I
this game, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's cool. I wish PlayStation went down this route with all their live service things instead of buying up other teams and then having some of their first party teams make live service games as well. I kind of wish they just went this route with all of them if they wanted more live service games.
yeah.
Just do a second party relationship, outside team, take a chance on that. But I don't know. People seem to like the first one of this, so I don't know.
It's
More power
it's
to
a
them.
fun, charming, small game.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
it's like, okay, cool. I mean, cool to get it on there. Cool. Good price point, right? I think it's only like 40, so
I think it's 40. Yeah,
yeah. So, good price point. Maybe
that
it'll
is a
find an
good price
audience,
point.
maybe it
You're right.
won't. Doesn't look like a very expensive game, so maybe it just finds a small audience and can sustain itself through that, right?
Yeah, I
But
wonder what the
we'll
budget
have to
was.
see, right? But yeah, not necessarily something I'm excited for personally.
Yeah,
February 13th, Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. Coming out to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Daniel, this game looks very interesting to me.
That is the perfect word.
Yeah,
Interesting, because I think this game. I'm a big fan of Don't Nod. They don't always hit 100% with everything they do, but I'll give them credit for trying stuff. Like
they
I know that
certainly try
people
new things a lot, right?
yeah, they try a lot of new things like Vampire.
Yeah.
Um, I know that that wasn't like a super high well reviewed game, but I know there were cool mechanics in that game that people really liked. It just didn't like critically do super
Yeah, that's
well.
become like a hidden gem over time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And they just did Jusant that I didn't get to check out yet, but I still like I want to play that game.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
could not get into it.
yeah,
I played for maybe an hour ish, and yeah, I was
it
not
didn't click.
vibing with it. Yeah.
But I know it reviewed well, and people really like that game too. So,
Yeah.
um, I'm very curious to this. This seems to be a little step up for them. Maybe this is what kind of the main Don't Nod team was working on for a little bit there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it almost looks like maybe the Vampire team moved on to this, type of
yeah,
thing, the open world
definitely,
RPG aspect.
definitely a higher fidelity game. I like the kind of story that they're going with like this husband and wife, and like the wife is dead or something, and
Yeah, and she's
she's
like
like
with you.
assisting
Isn't there like a
him. Yeah,
ghost mechanic or no, like a detective thing kind of going on there
yeah,
too, right?
with like her helping him like solve some mysteries and stuff. So,
Yeah.
very. I hope this game hits. I hope this is like a hidden gem for the year.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. That'd be a good one. February 13th. Good date for it too. So I know they delayed it out of the fall because they were worried with how heavy this last fall was. So
Hmm.
yeah, good idea. So
I don't
yeah,
know, but February is
hopefully
there's
it
a lot in
hits.
February.
Yeah, there's a lot in February too. So I don't know. But yeah, looking forward to it. We'll wait for reviews on that one for me. Then February 14th, we got the Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered.
Yeah,
Come
awesome.
out.
Love to see it.
Yeah. Good on them finally getting those out. They got to that must be an Embracer Group thing. Yeah, Aspire's the ones
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
developing it, so makes a lot of sense to get those out finally on
They're the the
current gen
port
consoles.
masters.
Yeah. Those fucking guys, man.
Don't even get me started.
Don't get me started, man. Shut that team down. God damn it.
I'm gonna end them.
Fucking hate them. Okay, then February 16th. Next one I'm seeing that's big is Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake.
Yeah.
Coming out February 16th. This is an interesting one. I don't really know too much about this game just in general.
Yeah, I never played that original game. I know that
It's a
it's
Game
like
Boy game, right?
yeah,
Something.
and it's kind of like a hidden gem type game. Like people that played it kind of liked it, but it never like reviewed super well, I don't think.
Yeah.
But I think this could be like a step up for the franchise, maybe kind of spark a little like revival of it, get some more um interesting IP for Nintendo, They love to just take their characters and try new games. So, I like to see weird Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll definitely be one. I probably wait for reviews on, but yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
me too.
see. Yeah, it could be something I'm picking up. I'm playing through Mario RPG right now, so I'm liking that they're going back and remaking a lot of older things that I
Yeah.
never got the chance to play.
Hmm.
Then that same day, February 16th, Skull and Bones finally comes out.
Game of the
PS5,
year
PC, Xbox Series. Odie?
already.
Odie
It's
already.
over. Just
We're
chalk
done.
it
We're
up.
done.
It's game of the
No need
year.
for new games. We got
Nope.
Skull and Bones, people.
That's all we need.
Me and you, we got to hit the high seas. We'll be singing.
I mean, yeah, that's all we're gonna be playing.
That's how we're gonna do. What else do you need?
My question is this gonna have better water than Sea of Thieves?
Ooh, I don't know. Well, Sea of Thieves has the art style, right? So it's like it's gonna be. It's hard to be better than that because if you just really like that art style, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
I've
tough
never
thing.
seen water. I still have yet to see water as good as Sea of
You played
Thieves is
Flight
water.
Simulator, Daniel. Got good water.
I have
It
not.
got good water.
Okay.
Realistic looking water.
Yeah, but it doesn't look as good as Sea of Thieves is water.
I don't know. I don't know. Have you seen that? Is really off track. Have you seen that like game that's like a body cam on like a soldier and it's like hyper realistic looking, or like it's like a body
Yeah,
cam on
the
like a cop?
yeah, the one that kind of went viral.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
people
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
tell if it's real or not. But
Hmm.
that game's gonna have some good looking water.
Oh,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah,
True.
yeah.
That could be the game that
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 might be it.
rivals
That
Sea of
might be
Thieves.
it. Might take it. All right, cool. Going forward, then nothing to say on Skull and Bones. Of course, me and Daniel are
I
buying
hope
it day
I
one.
hope it's a good game.
With this and Suicide Squad, I could see they're so down right now, right? With people hating on them. I could see them coming out and being like, it's not that bad, and
I
then
mean,
everybody,
especially Skull and Bones.
yeah, and then everybody just being like, you know what, Skull and Bones is pretty good. We
Yeah,
shouldn't have hated on it that much, but like really, it's gonna score like a 72 or something like that.
yeah.
Like, all right, but whatever. Next game I'm seeing then February 22nd, Open Roads coming out.
Hmm.
PS4, PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, coming out everything. This is the next game from Fulbright, the Gone Home team. Daniel
Yeah, very excited for
Annapurna
this game.
published.
Hmm.
So it must be good, right?
For the most part, I mean, they've had a couple of misses,
Sometimes.
but not much.
Yeah,
Not many
yeah.
misses. Yeah, I mean, they were quiet for this game for a while. I think it was supposed to come out last year, and it did. It was just quiet all year, really. Um, yeah, I'm glad it's coming out so quick. It looks like they were just kind of like, just we're gonna be quiet, and then when it's ready, we're gonna put it out, and coming out really quickly next year. So I'm very excited. It looks really good. Uh, I hope it's just hits with those story as Gone Home did. Like Tacoma's a really cool game with like a cool game mechanic and stuff, but it's not. It wasn't as good as Gone Home. Um, and I hope that this kind of like recaptures a lot of the Gone Home vibes.
Yeah, I'm curious what the game is actually, because I
Yeah.
really don't. I know you're like on a road trip and it's like a mother-daughter type of story. That sounds really
Hmm.
cool, really heartfelt. You could do something with that. I like that. What's her name? Carrie Russell. She's in this.
Yeah,
It's like
dude,
that's
Carrie
fucking
Russell.
cool. The
Hmm.
Americans. Shout out to that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. It's probably the first indie game I'm really looking forward to. And yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully it hits. We will have to see. They've been cooking on it for quite a while. The Tacoma was what 2019-ish. Let's say.
Yeah, 2018, 2019.
2019,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's been quite a while there. I know they're a small team, so it makes a lot of sense that it take a while. But yeah, looking forward to this one, man. It's been a while.
Hmm.
February 22nd. Hopefully, I can squeeze this one in after Yakuza and then before Rebirth. That would be nice.
You gonna try? Yeah.
We'll try. That same day, then Pacific Drive is coming out PS5 and PC. We were talking about this game a little bit earlier. Game looks interesting. Got a lot of hype around it. I don't know if it's necessarily something for me, but
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's for me, but
yeah, but
interesting.
yeah, interesting concept. I like the idea, right? It seems like a
First person
roguelite type
driving is
thing.
always weird
Yeah.
to me, though.
Yeah, that is always weird, but I like the whole like storms going on around you type thing. It's like, oh,
Hmm.
that's badass. Seems like a cool little idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that same day, is this the first time Sons of the Forest is like fully releasing? Is it like out of
Yes,
alpha here
because it was in like
or beta or whatever?
yeah, it was like early access, and then it got kind of like the full release got delayed to this year.
Yeah,
I think it was supposed to be at the end of the year, and then it got delayed. So yeah, this is like its final full release.
full release. Okay, cool. I mean,
Which
that'll be a
like
big one.
this game sold really well as an early access game this year. So
Yeah.
like I think people don't realize how well and how big that first one was.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. Next game I'm seeing then February 28th, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons remake comes out to PS5, Series X, PC. Daniel, remake Brothers: Tale of Two Sons
Hmm.
just
Yeah,
got
a
announced.
game
Game
I
Awards.
love. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it as well.
Um, Not gonna play a remake of it, but yeah, love that. I love this game, so play it if you haven't.
I will play a remake of this. I don't know when,
Okay.
not that day, but it is the day before Rebirth. Horrible date, but I will play this at some point. I don't know when. But yeah, one of my favorite games from that team. So I will check it out sometime. Then February 29th, big one, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We already talked about this quite a bit. So, but yeah, February 29th.
Let's go.
There it is. Love that date.
It's the leap year day.
Yeah,
It's
it's such
insane.
a cool date. Okay, cool. And then we get into March, and this is where things start slowing down a little bit thus far, but
there's so,
still,
there's a
a
decent
lot
amount
of
of
big
release.
hitters in March. But
Yeah.
it is just funny scrolling down because February is so fucking long, and then March is literally fits on one page. But okay, first one I'm seeing, I guess the Outlast Trials, March 5th,
Yeah.
coming
It's a
out
big
PS
franchise.
on pretty much everything except Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a big franchise. Is this the third one then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that wasn't this an early access or something?
Yeah, something like that. I remember people playing this or something.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I played the first one. I liked it quite a bit. I never
The
got
first
around to
one's
the second
awesome.
one.
The
Yeah.
second one's not nearly as good.
Oh, it isn't. Okay. Well, that's
No.
why I
So
didn't get around to it then.
It's especially story. I do not like the story compared to. It's got some good scares, but story wise, no.
And then March 8th, Homeworld 3 coming out on PC.
Hmm.
Are you like a fan of this franchise or
No,
no?
but I
Okay.
know that there are big fans of the
Yeah.
Homeworld games.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you ever actually played one or if you
No,
just
I'm not a PC nerd.
nah, no. You can't be doing that. Don't have time for
You
all that,
can't be
you know?
playing on PC. Why would you do that?
And then that same day, March 8th, Unicorn Overlord coming out on
Hmm.
everything except PC. No PC. Fuck off, PC. You go play your Homeworld 3. Okay.
Yeah.
We're over
You,
here
you,
playing Unicorn
we're playing
Overlord.
anime nerd
Yeah.
games. You go
Playing
play
real shit,
some
okay?
shipbuilding game, whatever that is.
But yeah, me and you were just talking about this one before the show. It's from the 13 Sentinels Aegis Rings
Vanillaware.
guys. Yeah, and a lot of people really love that game. And people seem
Yeah,
to be really hype on this one.
where they shine all the time, if you go look at any of their games, is the look of their games.
Yeah.
Their games are always beautiful. They have
Yeah.
such great art direction. And I'm not sure who their art director is, but like they got to get a raise because
Yeah,
like
he knocks it out of the park.
every time, yeah. Like go look at like 13 Sentinels and like go look at the art direction for that game. Whew, that's a game right there.
Yeah.
It's definitely a different type of game for them though, because like 13 Sentinels was like a visual novel, and then like half where you can like walk around though, and then the other half was like a tower defense type of game. And I'm kind of curious, like, can they nail like a strategy game, like a Fire Emblem type, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm
no,
definitely excited for this.
it's not definitely it's definitely not my cup of tea, but yeah, I see why people are excited. So will you be picking this one up?
I think so. I'm gonna try to get to it
Yeah.
sometime next year. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing with March for me, just in general, is like I'm gonna be playing Rebirth. You know,
Still
February
playing
29th.
Rebirth. Yeah.
I mean, the next day is literally March, so it's like, you know, I'm gonna be playing Rebirth that whole fucking month, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, but okay. Next one I'm seeing March 20th, Alone in the Dark. This reboot of Alone in the Dark, starring fucking what's the dude's name? Stranger Things guy,
Um,
David something.
David Harbour.
David Harbert. David Harbour's in this. Someone else is in this as well. The girl is
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah. The
I can't
girl. I
remember
can't
who it
remember.
is.
Can't
Yeah.
remember.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, we're on this like survival horror renaissance right now, right? So it's cool to see all these games popping up. This one doesn't look good to me. I've
it's
seen
questionable.
gameplay of this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that looks a little janky to me. Bit janky.
It
What's
got
cool?
delayed too.
Yeah, got delayed. I think this is an Embrace Group game as well, so that probably tells you
Oof.
all you need to know. You know. But yeah, I
Maybe a
mean,
skip.
it's cool to see a lot more games in survival horror just popping up all
Especially
over
a
the
franchise
place.
like this.
Right.
Been around
See
for a
this coming back, right?
long time.
Yeah, I think there's a Alone in the Dark movie, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. Yeah.
it's really bad.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
of course.
I mean, this is basically the Godfather survivor horror. Like people think it's Resident Evil. This came before Resident Evil.
Did it really?
This
I didn't even know
influenced
that.
the original influenced Resident Evil. So
That makes a lot of
like,
sense, actually. Yeah.
Alone in the Dark is kind of one of the originals. So it's like it's cool to see this franchise here. It doesn't look very good, but I hope we're all wrong, and I hope that it's like at least like an 8, and it'd be like a cool gem.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. Maybe we want to pick up on a sale later. You know,
Yes,
something like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then next date, March 22nd, is a busy day now that I'm looking at this.
Yeah, it is.
This is crazy. I didn't know this. Does this rival the 2017
No,
date with no,
never.
it doesn't.
Nothing's
But,
ever
like,
going to.
there was also one last year with Spider-Man and Mario Wonder coming
And
out the same
Mario,
day. Yeah. If only that day had a third date, then it could have rivaled it.
Mhm.
Third game. But anyways, March 22nd, first game, Dragon's Dogma 2 coming out. March 22nd, coming out PS5, Series X, PC. Getting a lot of people very excited about this.
I might pick this up, even if I haven't played the first one.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a really good game, and I love Capcom, so let's go.
I don't think you need to play the first one. I think they said
Probably not.
it's like a different story and stuff.
I know
like
that
It's
there's
set in
like
a
some
different
loose
time period.
ties. is what
Yeah,
they're
I'm
saying,
sure
but,
there's
like,
always the loose ties type of things. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm very interested in this game. I don't know. I wasn't very impressed from watching the little showcase they had. I wasn't like blown away
Yeah.
and like, but I don't know. You got to get your hands on it to really know
I was
how
just
that
gonna
combat's
say,
gonna feel
yeah.
and stuff like that. And hopefully the story's cool and stuff like that. I just don't know if I need another fantasy thing in my life, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, Capcom just doesn't miss lately, you know, except that one fucking dinosaur game.
I mean, that was still a fun game though.
Sure. It did come out
I
to like
think
sevens
I
and
think
eights,
that
right?
I think that game reviewed lower than it should have. I think that game was very fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so definitely want to keep your eye on. Hopefully, I'm done with Rebirth by then, and then maybe I can jump into this.
I mean,
We
that's like
will
3 weeks.
probably won't be done with Rebirth by then, if I'm being honest.
Whoa, you're just going.
I
You
mean, dude,
gonna
it's like
platinum that game?
$100. Oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna platinum it.
Okay.
Kidding me? So I don't know, and I want to do Persona 3 Reload as well. So it's like I'll probably wait for reviews. And Dragon's Dogma 2 is like the shit, and you gotta play it. Game of the Year contender. I'll probably jump into that before I do Persona 3 Reload. Persona 3 Reload is gonna end up being my Dead Space of last year. I still got Dead Space downloaded. And I'm just like,
that game
I
was
gotta
like
play
10
it.
hours.
I know.
That's shocks. You can do that tonight.
Yeah, I probably could. But I was like, nah, I got a platinum Jack and Daxter one, you know. All right. That same day, then March 22nd, Princess Peach Showtime coming out on Nintendo Switch. Never
I'm
mind.
actually excited for this.
I won't be playing Dragon Dogma 2 right away because I will be playing this because I
I'm
think this
excited
game
for
looks
this game.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny because I remember I think a few episodes ago I was like, it'd be cool if Nintendo made a new IP. This kind of is a new IP from Nintendo,
Ish,
a
yeah.
new type of game. Obviously, Princess Peach, a 40-year-old character. You know, that's not new. And of course, the
You
Mario
shouldn't
world
say
isn't new.
lady's age.
Yeah, whatever. All right, Princess Peach out here cheating on Mario all the fucking time. I'll spoil her age. Listen, I got beef with Peach, man.
Whoa.
I mean, dude, Rosalina's secret love child of Peach and Luigi.
You're gonna do
know?
Mario's girl like that?
It's dude. He's the one. He's the one getting cheated on. Mario needs to open his
man.
fucking eyes. How cool would it
Open your
be
eyes,
if this
Mario.
game is like Peach coming to terms that she's been treating Mario wrongly for all these years? You know, there's like a really deep story going on here, you know, and she's like coming to terms that like she's been mistreating Mario and cheating on him with Bowser and Luigi for 40
like-
plus years at this point.
Like you pick up his shirt and he's been beaten like
Yeah.
under the shirt.
Yeah, 100%. Mario's a cuck.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Sits in a corner and watches, you know.
Connor,
Bowser
we
does
gotta-
stuff with that tail.
We got to go back to the definitive character ranking. No, a cuck
Yeah, we
cannot
got-
be number one.
You're right. You're right.
Cannot be number one.
You're right. Back to Arthur Morgan being number one. He ain't no
Yeah.
cuck. He ain't sitting in no
No,
corner.
he's not.
He ain't sitting in
No,
no corner, you know. Now, John Marston, a little bit of a cuck, if we're being honest.
Whoa.
Everyone had a turn on her, you know. Everyone had a turn. Dutch said it, not me.
Oof.
Not me. I can't remember his wife's name. Was it Annabelle?
No. No, or I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. Anyways, enough about cucks. But Princess Peach Showtime, looking great. I
Looks
think this
great.
game looks very unique, and definitely curious to get my hands on it.
Yeah.
Then that same day, Rise of Ronin, March 22nd, coming out to PS5. That's it thus far. No PC. Interesting. Yeah, we talked about this game a little bit already, I think, or that might have been before the show.
Mhm.
This game has not looked impressive to me at all since that original reveal trailer we got. I think
Yeah.
it looked really impressive then when they first showed it off. And for some reason, the latest trailer they showed off, I think at the Game Awards, just did not. I don't know. It looked like a
I'm with you.
serious downgrade to me. You know, it just
Yeah.
I don't know what happened here. I think by the time they got it out of alpha and out of beta, I think they had to get rid of a lot of things maybe to get this game running and get it working and get it out on a good time, right?
Do you think that mainline Team Ninja was doing Wolong and this was kind of like a side team?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, that's another team I would love to know how they're like actually structured and stuff like that.
That
'cause
team's
this-
huge though.
Yeah, this
to be
team
fair.
puts out a game like every year, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't who knows really. You know, it's like Rolong was good. Don't get me wrong, but that didn't come out to like spectacular reviews or anything.
It's like 8 to
80s.
8.5.
yeah, I mean they're good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad game by any means, but like didn't come out to like it wasn't like and no one's talking about it in Game of the Year talk. You know,
It's just because there's so much. I think it might.
It might in a different year, but
Different
like
year,
yeah,
yeah.
this year in particular, no one's bringing up Wolong, and that's a little bit of a shame. And I see the same thing kind of happening with Rise of Ronin.
I think it's gonna get buried.
Yeah, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully this comes out and it's fucking awesome. And
Sure. We want every game to be great.
exactly. So hopefully I'm wrong, but yeah, I'm not seeing good things about this. Okay, then we really get down to bare bones. Going to April here. What is
I
the
wanted
first
real
game you
quick
were
shout
seeing?
out.
Sure, go
End
ahead.
of March, South Park Snow Day.
Oh,
That like MOBA looking game.
I skipped that for a
Yeah,
reason.
March 26th.
I didn't even
I
see that, but
yeah,
I could not be more down on that.
I don't know. That game could be stupid fun, you know.
Yeah, maybe. I get they're going for some weird multiplayer thing. I just don't.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just why you guys had an awesome system thing already set up in with Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole. Why not just make another one of those? But
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Chase the bag. I like that it's only $30 or whatever. That's cool. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't. Not so. I probably just won't buy it just because I don't want to support that.
Sure.
Okay. What are you seeing in April? 'Cause I don't know
Only
if.
two games from
Okay,
what
go
I can
ahead.
see. We got Ayuden Chronicles 100 Heroes, which coming to um current gen and last gen and PC, April 23rd. That game's been in development for a long time. It was crowdfunded. It's kind of the Suikoden spiritual successor that people have been wanting for a long time.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, this game I know is going to be very popular. People are going to been waiting for this game for a long time. So, people are finally going to get it. And then the only other game I'm seeing is the same day on the 23rd, coming to everything except for last gen. uh, Tales of Kenzara
Mm,
Zhao, that game that was at the Game Awards
okay.
with it was like the 2D platformer with like the fire and the ice
Oh,
powers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. With the guy who's talking about his dad.
Yeah, he made the
Yeah,
game for his
okay.
dad. Yeah,
Cool.
this game seems very cool. I hope this game is good because this could be another Metroidvania I would play this year.
Yeah, that one actually did catch my eye, even though I'm not necessarily a fan of the genre. I think that one looked awesome from what they showed at the Game Awards.
Yeah, it gave me Guacamelee vibes, where Guacamelee you'd have the light and the dark that you can like shift back and forth. Except for this one was like it had like ice and fire powers.
Yeah.
So like you're probably gonna be like fighting a guy that has like a fire shield, so then you have to switch to that, and then the other guy has an ice shield, and you switch to that as you're fighting. Um, Seems cool.
Okay. And then April 30th, Braid Anniversary Edition coming out. It's been cooking for
Oh
a long
yeah.
time. Yeah, I think everyone's been wondering where the hell this was because this
I
was
mean,
announced forever ago.
but where's his like new? Where's Jonathan Blow's new game?
Who knows, man? It'll come
I
out
mean,
in
when
like
was The
another 10
Witness?
years. 2015, Daniel.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so long ago.
exactly. What are you doing, Jonathan Blow? What are you doing here?
He's cooking, I guess. He's
The
cooking,
dude's cooking
I mean,
fire
you
over
gotta
here.
figure when it's like I think it's just him, right? At that, like I
Oh,
don't,
I thought he had a few people.
maybe he has like a few, whatever. Regardless, I know it's a very very small team,
Yeah.
so you could probably just live off that forever. Honestly, it's like I
The
mean,
Witness
imagine how
is
much money The
very
Witness
popular.
was a very popular game, right? Imagine how much money that has that that came in from that game. You could probably just live off that. It's like damn. He's like I never got to do another thing again in my life. But yeah, I loved Braid back in the day. As
Yeah,
yeah,
classic.
that game
Classic
like opened my
XBLA
eyes
game.
to indie games. I was like, wow, this game's fucking awesome. And so yeah, I would probably check this out. I don't know when, but would be one I would definitely like to play through again at some point.
Yeah, I mean, this was back when like, yeah, kind of like when indies were really popping. Like this was kind of one of the originals with Limbo and all
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
at the
I
Xbox
think
Live
this was
Arcade days.
before that even.
I
Before
thought Limbo
Limbo.
was the first.
Was it? Yeah,
I
you might be right.
think,
Yeah, yeah.
but I
Same
could be
time
wrong.
period. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. So for me, what I'm seeing, we're going all the way to August now,
Okay.
as far as dates are concerned. With
Yeah.
Black Myth Wukong coming out August 20th. Got a hard date there.
Okay.
This is the Souls game where you play as a monkey, and it's being made by a Chinese studio, and a lot of people seem to be into this.
hmm
Daniel, are
I
you into
mean, we've been
this?
seeing this game for years at this point. I remember when
Yeah,
that first
been a
teaser
long
came out
time.
of like maybe it's not test footage, but like pre like alpha footage of the game. They did like a boss fight or something. Um, yeah, we've been seeing this game for a long time. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm still questioning like the quality of the game, but I mean, we'll know this year, this coming year.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny, seeing all these Souls likes pop up, and then this year there was a few that kind of did pop off and have some success that aren't made by FromSoft.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm trying to say here is like seeing other Souls likes that aren't made by FromSoft have success. It's kind of rare where you see that, but this year in particular had Remnant 2 and Liza P that
Roll
both
along.
and Molonk, right? That both all three of those had pretty good success, right?
Hmm.
Especially Liza P. Like I'm seeing a lot of people have Liza P in their top 10 game of the year and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And
I understand that people do. To me, it's still just not even close to From.
mhm.
Like, I don't know. I don't really. Maybe I'm just a just a From Software fan now. I don't know. Like, it doesn't really feel like anyone has a game that has played as well as theirs does.
Yeah.
So that'd be my question: is how well does this play? How well does it feel?
See if
You know?
anyone can crack the code there that
Yeah.
isn't from Soft. Yeah. Yeah, this will definitely be a wait and see one for me. I'm expecting Shadows of the Erd Tree to come out sometime in the first half of the year, if I had to guess. And
Oh yeah, you think so?
eh, I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that, but I gotta assume, right? I don't know, but fucking
Let them cook. Let From cook.
yeah, but like I don't know, how long are you guys gonna take on a DLC? You know?
What if it's a DLC as big as a game?
Yeah, that's fine. I'd rather you guys go to Living 2, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
But
I'll take an Elden Ring too.
yeah. But regardless, I'm gonna play that. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I have my fill of Souls games by the time this one comes out.
That's gonna be their next game though, for sure.
Elden
Elden
Ring
Ring
2?
2? Yeah,
Yeah, I agree, probably.
because the Sekiro team just did Armored Core, so
Right. Yeah. Okay. And then the last game with the date I'm seeing is Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. Coming out
yeah,
on PS5, Series X, PC. Long delay on this one. Wasn't it supposed to be like
almost a
December?
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be kind of end of this year, and then like as almost a full year delay. They must have been it must have gotten to some like development trouble there.
Yeah.
Maybe too many bugs or something when they were like testing the game. They
Yeah.
really had to hammer stuff out because like we saw that demo of the game and it looked really good.
Yeah, it does look very good. So coming out September 9th, early September. You got your first game there. And then that'll do it for games with a date. Let's kind of quickly go through things without a date.
Okay.
This one's in alphabetical order. So I guess the
Yeah.
first game we'll talk about, Avowed. Let's just
Hmm.
try to stick to the
Big one.
bigger ones since we're kind of running low on time here. But yeah, first big one, Avowed. I'll say one of the bigger Xbox games coming out next year from
Yeah.
Obsidian. Daniel, when do you think this is gonna land?
Yeah, the question we'll talk about the other game later is like when does which game come out first and when?
Yeah,
I think this is probably like a September.
September-ish. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm feeling.
I think I'm right there with you. September, October type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for this, man. Avowed
Hmm.
coming out. Obsidian RPGs, so can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm getting the bees. I guess Blue Protocol is a big game, right?
Yeah, that's
A lot of
true.
people looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Let's see here then. Cat Quest 3, if you're all into that. Deca Police coming out PS4, PS5.
Oh yeah,
On that.
yeah. Please.
A lot of people looking forward to that from level 5.
Hmm.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 coming out sometime next year, apparently. Earthblade, which I know you're looking forward to.
Yeah, yeah. That's the Celeste team. It's their next game. Very excited.
Yeah. Then let's see. Go down on the Fs. Frostpunk 2. I know me and you were just talking about.
Hmm.
People seem to be excited about that.
It's
Ooh,
PC
G.I.
port.
Joe Wrath of Cobra coming out sometime next year.
No.
That sounds interesting. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link coming out to iOS and Android.
No, 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 no,
I'm
no.
sure there'll be some crucial story element in that game that you're gonna have to know for Kingdom Hearts 4. Trust me, P.
What? Yeah, no Nomura. Yeah.
Yeah. Then let's see. Little Nightmares 3 coming out sometime
Hmm.
next year. A lot of people looking forward to that. Supermassive's first attempt at a Little Nightmares game, so we'll see how that goes. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, the remake of Lollipop Chainsaw, coming out sometime
I
next year.
want that game because I never got to play the original.
Yeah, I never played it either. So yeah, that'll be out sometime. Q1, Q2, it's labeled for, so we'll
Yeah.
see if that hits. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD coming out sometime next year from Nintendo.
Hmm.
That might be your last big Switch game if there is
Could
another
be.
console
Yeah.
next year. Metaphor ReFantasio is a big
Hmm.
game coming out next year from the studio. Daniel, anything on that?
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's kind of like a fantasy Persona.
Yeah.
Very cool. They're doing like some new stuff there, but yeah, I'm very excited for that game.
Yeah, they've been working on this for quite a while. It was like rumored forever ago. So Cool to see it finally come out. Seems like I think they labeled it a fall game, so I would expect it
Okay,
October, November type thing.
cool.
Then Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 coming out. Obviously, I don't think
That's gonna
either
be a
of us
big
will play
game.
that, but that will be a big game for people. I know people really
Hmm.
like those, so we will see. Then let's keep going here. Apparently, Multiverses is getting released finally. You know, that game's never been out. This,
What is this game?
what is that? You know, it's a new fucking Smash like. You know, Daniel. Yeah,
Whoa!
no one's
People
ever
making
played it
Smash
before. Yeah,
likes?
it's crazy.
I didn't think that
Uh,
was a thing.
then we got Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake coming out on Nintendo Switch
Hmm.
sometime next year.
So excited for that game.
Yeah, I'm
I
excited for
always
that one
wanted to
as
play
well.
it.
Yeah, I've never played it either, so I will definitely pick that one up. And then this game I'm really looking forward to is Penny's Big Breakaway. I think we were just talking about this
Hmm.
at the beginning of the show. Cool little 3D platformer from the Sonic Mania team. So I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. It's supposed to be Q1, Q2, so hopefully we get a release date on that soon. Then the Plucky Squire coming out sometime next year as well. I think it's probably be like a May, June game, maybe April for Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game looks fucking awesome, man.
Hmm. Very cool looking game. Very
Yeah,
cool, like coming out of the storybook and stuff like that. Yeah, very interesting.
yeah, one of the better looking indies for next year for sure.
Yeah.
And then Senate was Saga Hellblade 2, the other big Xbox game coming out next year.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be like a May. I'm thinking May.
May, yeah, May, June. Yeah,
Hmm.
hopefully it's right around then. That would be very cool. Hopefully we get that developed direct sometime early next month.
Yeah. Speaking of, there was one game we just missed that we I think we're both excited for too. That will probably be at that developer direct too. Is Replaced,
Mm.
that game that got delayed out of last year or this year. That very cool cyberpunky looking game, pixel art.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. By the
That
that
game.
Ukraine team, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Hopefully they're ready to go finally on
Yeah,
that. Yeah, you'd think. It's
because they're
been a
supposed to
very
come
long
out.
time, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to come out last year. So like,
Yeah,
we'll see.
we'll see.
Hopefully they
Yeah.
put it out.
Yeah. And then yeah, but yeah, Hellblade 2, very excited for it. It's probably
Yeah,
my most anticipated Xbox game for sure. And yeah, can't
definitely
wait
up
for it,
there.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next game I'm seeing Skate Story coming out from Devolver
Oh
Digital
yeah,
sometime next
I've
year.
heard about
Yeah.
Skate
Yeah,
Story.
the game looks
Yeah,
very interesting to me, so we will
yeah, very
see.
weird looking art to that game.
Another Xbox exclusive, Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, coming out sometime next year,
Oh
hopefully. Another
yeah, yeah,
Ukraine
that got
team,
delayed
right?
too. Maybe
Yeah.
that'll be at the developer direct. They'll have
Yeah.
a big Ukraine section or
It's
something.
funny, both the Ukraine teams that are kind of highlighted in this industry are Xbox exclusives.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting. But yeah, that game looks awesome.
Hmm.
Then a big one, Star Wars Outlaws, coming out sometime next year.
Yeah, when's that coming out?
Yeah, man. There's
That
a
game
lot
looks
riding on this
good.
game for Ubisoft, I think.
I think so.
Not that they're like gonna go down or anything if this game doesn't succeed, but for me personally, I'm like all eyes on this one with Ubisoft, you know.
Yeah. You think it's like first half or like second half
I would have
of
said
the year?
first half, but then they said it was getting delayed out of the fiscal year, which I guess only runs through the end of March
Oh, you're
anyways.
right. Yeah.
So, but I think kind of like Hellblade, May, June type of thing.
May, June.
If I had to guess, yeah, right around there. That'd be a cool summer game, honestly.
Sure.
I know Star Wars loves their April games. You know, they did that
It's
last
either
year
April
with
or the end of the year.
yeah. It's last year Jedi Survivor, and then the year before that with Lego Star Wars. Both came out in
Hmm.
April, so and I'm sure maybe they were shooting for April, but
And then
got delayed past that.
I think I think Jedi Fallen Order came out at the end of the year, like November.
Yeah, that was like November, yeah. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that game. Hopefully, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. That game looks really cool.
Then another Star Wars Hunters, that multiplayer game is
No.
supposed to come out. This is for
We
Nintendo
don't
Switch.
speak of this game.
The
Why did you
Switch
bring it up?
exclusive Star Wars game, Daniel. Leave him
I'm gonna play
alone.
that on my phone.
Okay, then let's keep scrolling down here. Towerborn.
Yeah.
The probably the last big Xbox game we'll talk about. Last big Xbox exclusive. I think that'll be earlier. I think that could be like a March.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
could see that getting
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna
Uh,
have to fit that game in somewhere. You're like, I'm just not sure where.
yeah, looks very interesting. And
Hmm.
then I guess that is all I'm seeing listed on here. I don't know if you're seeing anything listed. Oh, The Wolf Among Us 2
Yes,
be the last
true.
thing.
I
Yeah,
forgot about that game.
yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I could definitely see that being next year at some point.
Let's see. Oh, I have just a couple. Visions of Mana.
Yeah,
Supposed to be
yeah.
next year,
There you go.
some point. um Zenless Zone Zero, that like really weird like shooting anime shooty. I don't know what that game is. That's supposed to come out. And then Witchfire is supposed to come out on
Oh,
PC.
Witchfire, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, on PC. So maybe they'll do like a PC to come out first half of your PC, second half console,
I
maybe.
think that game was supposed to go into beta though.
Oh, is that they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been hearing about this game for so long.
Yeah, I know. I know. I don't know if the beta is like already out and the full release is planned for next year, or if it's like that's the beta. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure. But yeah, that game. I forget who's making that. It was like someone cool was making the gameplay and someone cool was making the story. I can't remember which. I know. Oh, it was the
Yeah.
Vanishing of Ethan Carter team was making the story. And who was making the gameplay? I can't remember. I can't remember now. Lost it. But whatever. It's
Yeah.
that
I
game
can't
does look
remember.
really cool. I don't like the whole beta thing and
No.
whatever. Yeah, I don't vibe with that. But probably wait for the full release.
Hmm.
And then to wrap up, let's just theorize here, Daniel.
Okay.
What else do we think could possibly hit next year?
Oh boy.
Let's start with Nintendo because I feel like that's
Okay.
that's kind of the obvious one. Let's assume the next Switch comes out next fall, right? What do you think's launching with it?
So they have 3 remakes coming out and a new game.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Yep.
Peach and then 3 remakes. Um, I'm gonna say Metroid Prime 4 has got to come out sometime soon.
Yeah.
They've been sitting on that game for so long.
Crazy.
And I know that it got like redone by Retro, but like that's still when that got announced, that was like years ago. Um, so I think that's got to come out right around launch. And if we're doing launch of the console, they got to come with a big heavy hitter. And I think it's going to be a 3D Mario, but I would not be shocked if they do a Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And it would be crazy if they do all 3 of those games as a launch
Oh,
games.
that'd be fucking awesome.
Maybe like, or maybe launch ish, right? Like have it just like a little bit of time in
Yeah, because
between.
if you remember with the Switch, I mean, Mario Kart at that point wasn't a new game, but that released like a month later, I believe,
Yeah.
after it came out. So I could see them doing something like that again. Say the console comes out in October, launch with the 3D Mario and Metroid, and then Mario Kart comes out in November. Maybe
Yeah.
if you wanted to play it
That
like
could be
that,
killer. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that is that smart marketing wise, to have that new game come out like a month later. Like I wonder what the deal is there. If that
I would think they would want to get out before like Black Friday.
Yeah, yeah. I just wonder, like, does that, I would love to like sit in the marketing room and be like, and when they're determining that and why they would do that. But like, I could see
Yeah.
them doing that, right?
I mean, the reason why I would think you would do that is because they want everyone to buy every game. So maybe
Yeah.
like pace it out a bit so people can actually buy the games.
Yeah.
You know?
If you are launching with Metroid Prime 4, maybe you do Mario Kart alongside it and then hold the 3D Mario until spring, even, just to have a big thing that next spring.
They could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how late they're going to put out that console.
Yeah. Because the one thing
Yeah.
I wouldn't want is just Mario Kart launching with it. That would kind of be a boring launch to me. Not that Mario Kart's great and
Sure.
everyone's gonna love it and all, but like I don't want to just sit there and play Mario Kart on a new system.
Yeah.
You need that big like beefy experience with it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that could be Metroid.
Yeah, exactly. If you launch Metroid with Mario Kart, then you could delay the 3D.
Yeah,
Mario.
that could be like the showpiece.
Yeah.
Visual showpiece.
Yeah. Now, would Metroid Prime also come out on Switch? It would have to, right?
I'm wondering if it's going to be backwards compatible no matter what. You
Yeah.
can put the Switch cartridges in the Switch Pro.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to do something like that.
Okay. Then anything else big you think might end up hitting?
So Xbox, we got what? Avowed, Hellblade, Towerborn,
Towerborn.
Microsoft Flight Sim.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, do we think they're going to sneak something else?
There's rumors of South of Midnight coming out next year. I know
Hmm.
someone on a LinkedIn profile that used to work at Compulsion listed South of Midnight as 2024, but I mean that's never like something you can like guarantee go by. He's probably just putting it there for his resume. And
Yeah.
so maybe that sneaks in. Maybe something else could sneak in. I mean, they have a
Been like
lot
5
cooking,
years,
right? Yeah.
right? Since their last game. So they've been cooking for a while,
My biggest hope would be that Clockwork Revolution game. If we could get that
Oof.
next year, that'd be fucking awesome. I would love that.
That's also been what, 4 years for them?
Yeah, been a long time for that team as
Been
well.
a while too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna throw something out here. This is just we're being a little spicy, okay?
Spicy.
Where is Double Fine? Give me a Double
Mm,
Fine game, even if it's a small game.
yeah,
Doesn't have to be the next big main game from them. They
yeah,
love small games. They have little teams within Double Fine, and they
I
love
could
just
see it.
putting stuff out. Have like a Shadow Drop coming out like
Mm.
July or maybe not on the day, but like that June
Oh, bro.
Xbox Direct, and boom, June or July, boom, big Double Fine game.
Bro, give me it next month with the developer direct. Do the same thing with
Oh,
hi-fi and just
in
do it with that.
January?
Yeah, that'd be fucking cool, man. Like that'd be cool.
Wow,
We're here in like 3 weeks. We're already playing the next Double Fine game. That'd be fucking dope. But
that would be cool.
yeah, that would be very cool. And then yeah, I guess PlayStation. I mean, do we think Death Stranding 2? Is that possible? You know,
I think that might be the game for
that might be the
them
play.
this year,
Yeah,
which is like having it in the fall, like
yeah.
have it like ooh, where would it go though?
Last one was November. Death Stranding 1. So I
Early
would,
November, first week
yeah,
in November.
yeah. I would guess that same time period
Yeah.
if it was gonna hit next year. And you would hope, right, with them, Kojima just announcing OD, right, and having that big reveal trailer. Hopefully that could be like a quick thing. Have Death Stranding 2 2024, OD 2025,
I think that's what it, yeah, something
and
like
then
that.
go dark again for a while after that.
But he went dark for Death Stranding 2 this year. Like
Yeah.
we haven't seen anything of that game this year.
No, nothing. Yeah,
But a
surprisingly
big
too.
blowout in the Game Awards last year.
Yeah,
So,
and then they just confirmed today Stellar Blade 2024 looks like.
mhm.
And I know Sony just recently got into like an actual second party relationship with that team, which is
Okay.
interesting. Like they, I think they're actually like funding part of the game now.
That would make sense.
Yeah, so they're obviously getting behind it. They probably see something in it. So, and I know a lot of people are very excited for that game, mostly for the ass.
I mean, oof,
Can't blame them. Can't
I'm
blame them.
sweating over here.
Yeah, and then I would hope something first party. I know we talked about this at the beginning of the show, but like hopefully, I know they're just so quiet. It's just hard to tell, man.
Yeah, I just like I hope they're not as much of a mess as it seems like. That's like me being positive.
Yeah,
Because like from the outside looking in, it looks like a mess,
yeah,
but maybe it's not. I hope it's not.
yeah. Oh, and I do think Concord will come out
Yeah,
on that live service
yeah.
front. Yeah, I think that'll hit. I think one of those between Concord and Fair Games.
It
Gotta be
seems like
someone
Concord's
serious.
first, but
Yeah,
we saw less somehow of Concord.
yeah. Then third parties, real quick. Anything big you think could hit next year?
Ooh. So what do we got? Like EA,
Yeah.
maybe we'd get a tease of a Battlefield.
Mm, that's a good one.
Um,
I never even thought of that. Yeah. Where's that
yeah.
multiplayer Star Wars game from Respawn? You know?
Yeah, maybe get any of the, well, there's a bunch of those that they're making, right? Maybe get any of them.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Um,
like that strategy one too. That strategy
yeah.
Star Wars game they're making too. So
We got Vince Zampella coming out. Maybe just doing anything Battlefield. Maybe it isn't even like a main Battlefield because like maybe it's a story Battlefield game or something.
yeah,
With because they have that other team now that they changed Dice whatever Dice LA or whatever it's called now.
yeah.
Um, Ubisoft is pretty busy. Sega's pretty busy
Assassin's
this
Creed
year.
actually. The
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Red.
Um,
Does it
Codename
finally
Red.
come out next fall? I think it actually will. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I
That'll
think
be a
next
big
fall.
game. October.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be huge too. Right.
Yeah. Big October game. You're right. That could be because I think they're gonna have a busy year. Ubisoft and Sega.
Yeah.
Two big years.
Yeah. Sega. I
Capcom.
mean, Sega already pretty much has their slate laid out, right?
Yeah, they have a lot coming out.
Yeah.
Capcom has a decent amount coming out that we already know about. So I don't think
Anything
maybe.
else besides Dragon's Dogma 2 from Capcom?
Yeah, there was something else, isn't there?
Not that I can remember.
Oh,
But
maybe not. Maybe that's it. But
do you think anything else could?
I think we got to get a tease of Resident Evil. Maybe by
Just the
at the end
tease.
of the year, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they love their early year releases with Resident Evil
Yeah,
2, so I would expect that in 2025.
like a Game Awards tease or something.
Yeah. Square besides Rebirth, I don't see Kingdom Hearts coming out next year. No
That's probably
chance.
next. That's probably 2025.
Yeah, I'm hoping early 2025 for that. Trying to think what else Square could even put out. Obviously that Visions of Mana game, they'll have that as well.
Man, that's yeah, that's
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah, so I guess they'll just do that in Rebirth, and that's a decent year, right? So
Yeah.
let's see here. What else is third party? It's a lot. I mean, Embracer have anything else that they're cooking? But we'd be like
Are we
excited.
gonna
Anything
see?
notable?
Are we gonna see Deus Ex or
Mm,
Tomb Raider?
or Tomb Raider, yeah. I can see those getting like reveal trailers this year,
Yeah,
but yeah,
and
definitely not releasing.
I'm gonna spice in 3 other games. I know that we're gonna end it here.
Sure.
Hades 2. Or when are we gonna see that
Mm.
again?
That's still got
Um,
to go into early access though, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll probably get like it's gonna show up somewhere and then come out or go into early access.
Yeah.
I think. The new Bioshock game.
Don't even.
Where is this game?
Yeah.
And then the last one, I can't remember the name though. You're gonna have to tell me. What's his
Judas?
Judas.
Yeah.
Where's Judas?
Judas from Ken Levine. So that they did say that would be out before fiscal year 2025 or within that fiscal year
So
2025.
April on, right?
So yeah, which is April 20 April through March 31st, 2025.
Mhm.
So yeah, maybe it could be a fall game. You know, you might be onto something there. If I had to guess, I think he'll push it to the last minute with that.
You don't think
And
he'll sneak it in like August, where no one else is gonna be?
just the way that guy works, you know, I think he'll take every minute he can get, you know,
Yeah.
to work on it before
He's
they're
been
like,
cooking for a
"Hey."
while.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very long time, and he has a smaller team now than he ever has, and I think he'll take every minute he can get. So I think that'll be an early 2025 game, if I had to guess.
Okay.
What do you think of Mina the Howler? Did that come
I've
out?
been waiting for that game all
Yeah,
last year.
yeah.
you
You know what's weird about that is the only reason they had it listed as December 2023 is because that is the latest they could go on Kickstarter. So everyone was like, "Oh,
Hmm.
it's coming out then," but like that could be very far away still, you know, theoretically.
Interesting. I mean, I think it's coming out this year or
Yeah,
2024. Where though, like I feel like that game is kind of such a darling, like kind of fit anywhere.
yeah,
Just
it
not be
doesn't
on
really
top.
matter
As long as
when.
it's not on top of something, like put it anywhere. Put it in. Put it in a month where nobody's playing stuff, like August, September,
Yeah,
somewhere around there. Put
around
it
there.
there, and
Okay.
I'm gonna play it.
Yeah. No
Love,
GTA 6
love
this year,
Yako.
so yeah, you know,
I mean, there's only
2025
one
will be
game
the
coming
year
out in
for that.
2025, right?
Yeah, there should be.
GTA
Right?
6.
And then Judas will take it down. Don't worry.
Judas versus GTA 6. The only 2 games.
Kingdom Hearts 4, you know, give me that. That'll be a
What?
hell of a
No.
game of the year
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
That'll be a hell of a game of the year thing. That's a year for me. Fucking
That's a
shit.
year. Let's
That's a year.
go.
God damn. All right, people. That's going to do it for the Nerd Guys Podcast, episode 202. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicguys. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to say?
I'm excited for 2024. It looks to be like a very good year.
Me too. Me too. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.